Your other biggest riser, Pete, my Los Angeles Rams, up to 10. It's hard to believe that they're the position they are in terms of the playoff race. Sean McVay can flat out coach up 6 spots from 16. Are the Rams the most dangerous team in the NFC?
Yes. In terms of more so than the Buccaneers? They're not more dangerous than the 49ers, but
but the most dangerous team, not the best team.
Like the most dangerous wild card team for sure is the Rams. Yeah. And again, I'm going to give tribute to the front office. Les Snead has done a great job. And I've known Les for years. I told the story all the time. Les was the guy who went and picked up Andre Rison when he was late every day when he was in Jacksonville. So that's how he got started in football.
That was, by the way, you also texted Les at the Combine a few years ago when you tried to get Breach fired to let Les know that Breach was going to write a story about Todd Gurley's knee. Remember that? You get Breach.
I was trying to help him out to get him a quote.
You said to him you were getting fired. I believe those are the words you said to him as you walked away.
That's what I told Breach that to get him all stirred up.
You told Breach was getting fired?
Breach was nervous. Breach was breaking legit.
Breach was freaking out, man.
But anyways, back to the Rams. Look at look at the draft this guy's been having. He got Kyron Williams in the 5th round. He got Puka in the 5th round. He got Turner and Young in the 3rd round, and they're combined 12.5 sacks lead, all rookies in a pairing together. And Kobe Turner has more sacks is a half more than Aaron Donald does. I mean, that's then before the season starts, he gets Akilo Witherspoon, who was a bust, and he's playing well for him. Kevin Dotson, who you knew from your Steelers days, he's been phenomenal on the offensive line.
They had Akilo there too, and they cut him last year.
Yeah. And then we got John Johnson again, and he's become a part of their team. I think what he's done as drafting is incredible, and the development by Sean McVay and his staff kind of elevates that. And
Steve Avila, the 2nd-round pick, is starting to guard too.
Yeah, well, Avila's starting at left guard. Alaric Jackson, who they drafted in the late rounds, is starting at left tackle. I mean, the whole offensive line is a mishmash. I think he's done a great job, and Sean McVay knows how to develop guys. But you still have 2 cornerstone stars, high-priced stars in Stafford and Donald on both sides of the ball, and that matters.
They've done a great job of building around those high-priced stars. You had when they had Ramsey for a while, they had the 4 guys, right? Kupp, Stafford, Donald, and Ramsey. You trade Ramsey. It's understandable why people thought this team wouldn't be very good. And Stafford, Kupp was hurt last year. Stafford wasn't very good last year. He was hurt the entire season. He's playing awesome football right now. He's slinging. You saw it 2 weeks ago, and like the torque and the velocity and the spin on his deep ball is it's just different than a lot of other guys can even throw it. And when they're on, man, they're a problem. We were talking about this last night, but Lions Rams spicy.
That would be interesting.
A lot of the really NFC matchups are spicy ones. There's no clear cut slam dunk home runs.
Let me ask you this: if they had, because they should have won the game against Baltimore. If it played out that way, they beat Baltimore, and then Baltimore goes to San Francisco and does what they do. Would more people be talking about the Rams as being a legitimate NFC title contender?
I mean, we're talking about it here every week. We change our mind, so it just depends on whether they won this week or not.
I mean, there's a lot of good young talent on that team. It really is, and they've done a great job drafting. And one more thing about that team and others. Let me reach back behind me and grab a running back off the shelf. Here we go. 5th round, I'll throw him in there. He's a star. Look at the kid from Georgia yesterday for the Raiders.
Zamir.
Here we go. You go run. I mean,
exactly. That's why the McCaffrey thing to me at MVP is tough to do.
What is going on? You gave me such a hard time a year ago when they traded for McCaffrey because it's like I don't know.
It's a great trade. It's a great trade. I just don't think he's the most valuable player in the NFL.
Blink twice if you're being held hostage because something's going on there. There it is.
How many quarterbacks on either side, AFC, NFC, do you think can just get so white hot that they take over and win a Super Bowl? Look, how long is the list for you of?
I mean, in Nick Foles fashion?
Like Nick Foles, Joe Flacco fashion.
I mean, guys have gotten hot that have no business getting hot. Any of them can get hot.
I know, but I mean,
who can't?
Yeah, that is.
Well, okay, who can't?
How do you feel about Brock Purdy? because he's now a guy who struggles in the postseason and he struggles on a big stage the other night.
Still get hot and go.
How do you
He
feel
can still
Gardner Minshew?
he ain't making the playoffs.
What?
Yeah, they might. Who's taking him? Who's knocking him out? The Raiders?
Well,
The Texans?
maybe the Raiders. Don't the Raiders and Colts play?
The Raiders,
Raiders are
are
like
7
15%.
15%. They need
All right, Pete, you tell me.
75,000.
All right, I'm gonna list the current playoff teams. You tell me yes, no. I'm talking like they get like hot, like take over and make a run.
Joe
Lamar
Flacco
Jackson.
12 hot?
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson, yes.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Patrick Mahomes, I assume yes.
I don't know. Can Patrick Mahomes this year get hot?
Yes.
Trevor
I don't
Lawrence.
I don't know.
Yes.
No.
Joe Flacco.
Wait, Trevor Lawrence can, but with the way his offense is constructed right now, no.
That's right. Right. So no.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence. I mean Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it just depends on what day of the week it is. If it's good Joe, you got it. If it's bad Joe, you're going to throw 3 picks.
You just got to
in the
wait
first
out the
half.
interceptions and then he throws a bunch of touchdowns. So you got to make sure you have a.
And by the way,
Josh
Kevin
Allen.
Stefanski should be the coach of the year.
I don't hate that.
Don't
He's
hate
done a
that at
great
all.
job.
4 quarterbacks. Josh
Yeah.
Allen.
Yes, we know that. He can do that.
Mm-hmm. Gardner Minshew.
No, he
How
stinks.
dare you?
Brock Purdy.
Yes,
Jalen Hurts.
yes, he did it
I think
last year.
it's the same as the Jacksonville offense in terms of not knowing which offense is going to show up, though.
Jared Goff.
He can do it though. He's done it. Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Yes,
Baker Mayfield.
yes.
Dak
Streaky.
Prescott.
Yes. Although history says no, but I'd say yes.
He's
Matthew
playing better.
Stafford. Obviously, yes.
Eugene Cyril Smith III.
Thank you, Breach.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
look,
okay.
I'll give
So
I'll give him
everyone
credit.
get hot and win.
I give him credit, by the way. Nick Foles did it. It's the greatest accident of all times happened. It can happen to anybody. You get hot at the right time, you go.
I mean, I don't know. It's happened, twice in NFL history. We've seen a quarterback, a Folesian situation where it just seems like the odds are set.
Yeah,
against.
to me, the list is Stafford. Like, if I'm saying like the quarterback could just take over, it's like Stafford's the only guy I really see on the NFC side who just can just
Oh.
take over with talent and just.
So Philip Rivers retired. Who's gonna be your guy when Matthew Stafford retires? Because this is going to
Brenton
be a
will
bit more.
retire.
Not only that, I mean, didn't Jalen Hurts take over last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm saying like go win the Super
And they didn't
Bowl.
win the Super Bowl, though.
Well, he probably should have been the MVP of the game. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Except for
So-
that fumble.
I mean,
he's done it.
I mean, right now in this moment, like I don't think Hurts is doing it the way that.
No, I don't think Hurts is playing as well as he did.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I think Stafford's the only guy I would trust in the NFC side to just like black out and like take over with sheer talent. Like Jared Goff can play really well, but I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah,
But then NFC,
any of
AFC
them are
side,
capable of
Lamar,
getting hot.
Mahomes, Josh Allen, and I'll throw Flacco in there.
I'm not
You're gonna
convinced
throw
Mahomes is
Flacco
getting
in
hot.
there over Tua.
They
I just
hate
think
Tua. on
You,
this
you have to have
podcast.
Mahomes on that list of guys who could do it.
I don't. He's off my list.
Okay, what's your list, Wilson?
I think Tua deserves some credit. Me and producer Harry are the only Tua fans, the Tua nons on this podcast. These two, they hate Tua more than.
Look, I was
What?
a critic of Tua, but he's improved greatly. He's improved, and okay, you can say all you want about they criticize Purdy for having all the weapons around him, but so does Tua. But
Yeah.
so what? That's how you play. You play with what you got.
And their
Yep,
offensive
true.
line has been banged up.